The Certified Life Coach Institute. We are here to do a demo with some of our students and Michael and Lisa. And so let everybody introduce themselves. Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I am the one behind the scenes at Certified Life Coach Institute. I'm here to be amazingly special watching of Sue and Steve, and then of course our team who is awesome. Thank you for being here. Moving on.
Next up we have, Michael.
Yes. Oh, Michael. What's up, everyone? Welcome. Super excited. My name is Michael Torrance-Simas. I'm a lead trainer for the Life Coach Institute. If you haven't gotten into a live class with me, Dan or Desi, when we open up, get in there, or online classes. But anyway, I just want to jump in and say today I'm super excited. We're going to be rocking it. We got some of our students in here. We got our feeder leader, Lisa. We got Brooke, the mastermind, and we're going to really rock it today. We're going to bring some value to you guys, so stay tuned because we want to show you what do we do in the classroom? What do we actually teach our students? And we're going to show you our students and how they apply the knowledge really quickly, really easily, in a really simple way. Because don't we all like simple, right? We like simple, easy, and effective and results. So we pride ourselves as a school that gets results, and our students come back to us over and over again because they keep getting results. So we got a couple of students with us here. We got, and coaches, not students, it's coaches. We got some coaches with us because they're certified coaches. And they're already graduated, so they're ready to impact the planet with their gifts, fully loaded and coded. We got Steve here in the house. What's up, Steve? Tell us a little bit about your coaching and what you do, and yeah, just a little bit about kind of the impact you want to make.
Sure. So I thanks for having me. I coach patients and their family navigate a challenging medical diagnosis, basically. So I empower them and on their journey with my compassion and encouragement to get through those difficult times. So I mostly concentrate on the family members. There's a lot of support out there, typically for the patient, but not necessarily for family members. So I coach them through difficult times, and I get a lot out of it.
That's awesome, Steve. Right on. Good to hear, bud. Thank you for sharing that. And we got Sue as well down over here. What's up, Sue?
Not much. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you again.
Oh, good to see you as well. Always a light. Always I mean, just from the class, you and Steve, both these, you really stood out as just amazing coaches and stuff. So yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, well, I'm over here in Ohio, and what I do to my coaching is I equip people to discover, have courage to overcome their perceived obstacles to seeing their dreams and their goals become a reality right now, and I help them take their next step. That's what I do. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about the next step.
Love it. So you help people identify, overcome their obstacles, and help them take the next step. Did I hear that right?
You heard that right. Yes.
Damn,
thank you very much.
That is awesome, Sue. That is amazing. Just tell us a little bit more about, like, how do you actually help them, like, take that next step?
I think first of all, it starts getting to know them. What is it that, where are they at now? What do they want to, where do they want to get? And what's in the way? And then we start digging into how I can help them. And a lot of it is helping them realize that they already have the answers, and we just get to discover them together.
So where they're at now, what's in the way, and then how to implement that.
Yep.
So you hear that? That's powerful. That's cool. Awesome. So we're ready. We're gonna be diving in. Brooke, you already talked. Lisa talked. Everybody's talking. Should we just dive in? You guys ready to dive in a little bit? All right, cool.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna pull up a couple slides, and we're gonna be talking about one of the most simplest basic tools that is really one of the most powerful tools that we have in communication. This isn't just for you coaches. This is in general. If you want to become an excellent communicator, there's a tool that we're going to be sharing with you. And this tool is basically called the loop, is what the name of it is. But before I tell you like what the loop is, you guys are like, the loop, what is a loop, right? Why is it even important? So I kind of want to, Brooke, you need to give me permission, or someone does, to share my screen, please. Or Jerome.
Sorry about that. One moment, making it happen right now.
Whatever, you guys can give me permission for that sometime. So I was going to share my screen and share a slide. But so why is the loop important? Let's talk about that, right? So the loop. So the loop is important because say you're in a job, right? You're in a career, maybe you're a coach and you want to have like effective results with your clients, or you just want to really be able to understand your clients. You want to build that trust that's so important with coaching. Like the loop is going to help you build that trust, build that rapport. It's going to give you vital information about the person so that you can really understand how they see the world. And why is that so important? Because you see, when we just come from our own perspective, then it's like one-sided, right? So the loop helps us become really powerful, really empathetic listeners. It's a tool designed to expand the muscle of listening, of memory, right? Something that sometimes we forget to practice. But think of it this, maybe you're in a relationship and you want to have a 10 relationship and you want to really establish like, and your partner feels like he or she is not heard, or the relationship gets stagnant because that communication kind of fell apart. I know this was a game changer for me when I started to use this tool with my son. I mean, it just completely changed the dynamic of our connection. Or maybe it's just in your health and fitness. You want to be able to communicate with people more, or yourself better, more effectively. So the loop is super important in communication. And it's one of the basic foundational tools that for the most part, we're not even aware as humans, because we never really taught it from the get-go, and we just kind of forgot. So some of the basic rules for cooperative listening that we really emphasize is, always have kindness, always come from a place of kindness and candor. It's so important for us to, when we're communicating with people, and this requires us coaches, right? Like for us coaches to do the inner work on ourselves so that we can't give what we don't got, right? So if we haven't developed some sort of inner kindness on ourselves, which means that conversation that we have in our heads, right? We all have that conversation in our heads sometimes that is not very nice. So we have to work on that. Like Sue's laughing, right? We have to, because we all have it. Let's keep it real. It happens to me too, right? But you got to do it to like catch that little monkey mind, as the Buddhists say, right? And be like, you're not going to jump around and get all over and crazy on me, right? So when we do that with ourselves and we cultivate that kindness within ourselves, then we can become better listeners to other people, right? Number two is really, really important in coaching. We really get deep into this in our classes. And that's like how to actually create a safe space. How to create that safe space so that that magic can happen in any relationship, but especially in the coaching relationship, when you use certain tools and certain ways of being and certain listening skills. And we're going to show you the tool. It actually creates this space that the people feel safe. And when people feel safe, they're more likely to open up. They're more likely to give you free stuff. So if you like free stuff, this is a good tool, right? I get free stuff all the time. I get free stuff in the hotels. I get when I go to the stores and stuff. And I'm not trying to get free stuff, but it just happens organically, because when you show empathy, number three, and you're compassionate with people, right? So you got the kindness, you got the empathy, and again, that empathy on yourself, the compassion on yourself, right? We really go deep into this, the difference between empathy and sympathy, right? They kind of seem like they're close, and but they're very different. With the sympathy, we're really advised to stay out of the sympathy, because it's kind of like saying, I feel sorry for you. And then you look at them as less than or weak than or victimized. And it's a very disempowering state to be in. So we teach how to be empathetic, which means you're still connecting, you're holding that space, you're relating with them, you're there, but you're not taking on their pain. You guys get that? One of the biggest things for coaches is we take on their pains and we take on their stuff. And then we walk around with some heavy baggage on ourselves, by taking on other people's pains. And that's when we become sympathetic. So we want to really focus on empathy and compassion. Another big, huge rule is this, is when you are with a client, when you're with a person in general, total focused attention, right? You're not like checking out your phone, or you're not like, getting distracted by, the beautiful people walking by, right? You're just like, bam, you're just like here, present, total attention, and you're asking the right question. Now, what do I mean by right question? You see, questions are very powerful, but they can also be very disempowering as well. I mean, if you ask a question like, why does this always happen to me? Oh, why does my boss not like me? right? These are disempowering questions. So in coaching, we teach how to ask the right questions that unlock what's, as I think it was Sue said here, how to unlock the inner wisdom latent in the other person. See, because when we tell them what it is, it's like we rob them from the experience of bringing out the inner empowerment that's latent inside the human body, right? So powerful questions get powerful answers, right? Validate their feelings, right? We go big into, whoops, my screen just changed. We go big into validating their feelings. And basically what that means is by using the loop, right? We use this tool, and the tool to validate their feelings is basically, and I love it because Lisa's really big on this. If you guys have never hung out with Lisa, she's being in her presence, no matter what, whether it's on the phone or in a coaching session or in a class, she really brings this presence, and like you feel like you matter. And it's just one of the things that Lisa does. And if you guys can relate with me with Lisa, right, Brooke? And she's just like this person that's like, she always lets you know, like, you're important, you matter, your voice matter. And that's an empowering place to be, to come from, because it helps other people just really step into their own empowerment. Because a lot of us, a lot of our clients, a lot of people, we're walking around kind of invisible, like we don't matter anymore because we beat up on the head over, my mom dropped me on the head, my dad did also, right? And my aunt did. And we just kind of walk around going like, I'm just not that important. Right? And then we get this reverse ego thing going, right? The extroverted ego is like, look at me, everybody, look at me, I matter, right? The other one is like, I just, no, man, never mind. It's the when you can't take a compliment, somebody compliments you and they're like, oh, no, like, it was nothing. No, it was something. Own it, right? That's validating. And like, to use this tool is just reminding people that you hear them. Right? It's like you validate that they're heard. But how does somebody know that you validate them? You see, this is what happens a lot. And a lot of the times in the calls is that we, or when we, hold on, let me put my thing back up real quick. Oh, shoot. All right, give me 1 second. Having some technical difficulties here. Bam, bam.
Just describe what you're wanting to share.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so cool. So basically, again, the validation, and then the last one is you summarize, right? So when you validate their feelings, you summarize kind of what they're saying, right? And so to do these right here, you have to hone in and strengthen your listening skills. So we want to show you this because and I kind of actually already showed it, modeled it for you when I was talking to Sue, but I did it unconsciously, so you guys can kind of already learn it. But we're going to do it more consciously, and then we're going to do some practices. We want to show you how to do this because it's easy for me to say, this is what it is, right? This is why it's important. And so what is the loop, right? It's a set of listening skills, questions, validating, summarizing what the person is saying. See, the only way that you know if you're being heard, really know, is if someone's giving you attention, but you don't know what they're thinking, right? They might be looking at you and going like, this person think I'm weird, or what this person thinks, right? But if I can repeat 1 or 2 words that you're saying and use some of the vocabulary, summarize what you're saying, and then ask you a question, you're gonna feel a lot more heard. Right? It's a basic foundational tool that we really emphasize. And this goes for not just coaching, but in any communication that you're doing in general, especially in your career and your relationship, for sure, a game changer. So I just want to kind of like talk about it real quick, right? So one more thing. So this is what it is. So you're asking, you're learning, you're being sincere, you're reflecting, you're co-creating, right? Coaching is a do with process. It's not like the coach and the client. It's like you're here, you're a partnership, and together you're co-creating the plan, and then the client is going on and implementing the plan so that they can have the results that they want, inner results and outer results. So as you see here, one of the example is what I heard you say was, and then you use some of the words that was being said, right? And you say, did I hear that right? it just kind of reaffirms to the individual that they were heard. And they might say, no, you didn't. And then they'll tell you, or they'll say, yes, you did. If they say, yes, you did, boom, check mark, heard, communication established, trust built, more information is built. You see, because the more information you have, the more you're able to help people, right? Too often we just jump right on in thinking that we know everything and every answer to every single thing, and we don't take more time. And then it's tell me more. So that's the basic flow of the loop. All right. So is it cool if we just show you guys on here on Facebook? If you guys are watching, comment on the box. Are you guys getting this? Yeah, you guys understanding it? Have you guys used it before? Yes or no? Let us know you guys are watching. Let us know we're alive here, and we're gonna jump right on in. We're gonna jump right on in. I'm just gonna kind of pick maybe Steve here. I'm just gonna jam a little bit, and we're just kind of a real basic coaching conversation. It'll be about 5 minutes long or so. And just kind of let me put my watch on, my timer on here, because I'll like go for an hour. So cool. Awesome. So what's going on, Brother Steve?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Michael.
Cool. So I know you've taken the class before. So you took it
Yes.
again as a refresher, right?
Yes.
Did I hear that?
Yeah.
Cool. And so tell me, like, from when you took it the first time and when you took it the second time, like, what was like one takeaway that you got from the class?
Actually, I got two different takeaways
Nice.
from each class. I think the initially when I took it, I actually came as a support for a friend of mine who's a little technically challenged, and so I came to support her. Which was great, and I learned a lot about the marketing and.
So hold on, I want to make sure I got this right. So
yes.
You had two different takeaways, one from the first class, one from the second class.
Correct.
And this one about getting the support, I think you said, was that from the first class or the second class?
Yeah, I came to support a friend the first time around.
The first time.
Thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Nice.
Then this time around, I came for me,
Yes.
which was great, and I got two different takeaways. This past weekend, the second time that I took it, I really felt like we got a big grounded foundation for asking the right questions.
Yes.
And that's not that wasn't there the first time around, but it just solidified it this weekend. How to build like a really good foundation to ask questions, to pull the answer out of them and get them out of the place where they're stuck. So
cool. So you got two takeaways, right? You said
Absolutely.
You got a good rounded way of really learning how to ask. You didn't say the word more powerful, but like questions, more effective questions, I think you said.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. And tell me more about how you're going to apply what you learned, which is the more rounded, more precise way of asking questions. How are you going to apply that into your coaching career now?
I think, how I'm going to do that is, I want to find out how I can support my coaching clients, which are going to be family members of patients that have a challenging medical diagnosis. How I can support them, how I can empower them, and where they can just, because they're lost right now. This one category of clients that I coach, they're just kind of lost and treading in water without a life preserver.
So I want to make sure I got this right, because this is really interesting to me. You want to know how to support, how to empower them, and how to, get them out from being lost. Did I hear that right?
Absolutely.
And tell me, like, for you to do that, how does Steve need to show up and be?
I just have to be authentic. I have to dial into their pain, but not take on their pain, to see where their struggles are. And if I can get to that place, and if they can be heard, which they are now by using the tools that you said, if they can be heard, they're going to feel a lot better, even though the medical diagnosis has not changed at all.
Wow, that's incredible.
But their approach and outlook to it will have.
Yeah, wow. So what I'm hearing is this: you're gonna be authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to identify their pain, but not take on their pain, right? And so, tell me about what authentic Steve is like. What is that like? What is he like when he shows up in his authenticity?
Um, it's a great question. I just have to be real. And not that I'm not outside of this, but
Sure.
be real and compassionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just a good listener. Just a good
Yes.
listener.
So authentic, real, compassionate. And when you're being real, right, compassionate, and overall good listener,
Mm-hmm.
like, what does that do for you?
Well, obviously, it fills a need, not a need within me, but I feel good.
Yeah, you do
If
good.
I can give back, I feel good.
Yeah, I can
You
see it
know?
right now. You just kind of like smiled right now when you said that too.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that too. I would, and you know what? I was in the place of where these patients and family members are, and
Absolutely.
I did feel lost, and that's really why I started this journey. Is I felt like there was a missing link, there was a need there, and now
Yeah.
I'm gonna fill that void with my coaching. Time up.
That was five
I heard
minutes.
that.
So, but
Yeah.
one more thing, because this is interesting, right? So when you're being authentic and you're being real
Mhm.
and you're feeling happy, do you see how many more possibilities you have when you're being that way?
Mhm.
And
Yes.
do you see that? I mean, don't,
Yes.
yeah.
No, no,
And
no.
you don't have
Yeah.
to tell me the possibilities. I'm sure there's a lot of them, but what is one thing, knowing what you know now and what you just learned, that if you did would change and move everything exponentially in the right direction? What's one thing
Um,
that if you did?
I think, to pull the trigger on this.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on this, I did the class like 2 years ago. Here I am, I'm doing it again. Just
And what does
pull the
putting the
trigger.
trigger look like?
Um, to get going, just to get going. I have a website. I mean, I have a website, and it's called SIBO Warrior, and SIBO is SIBO.
Okay, so
That's
give me
the
one thing that you would do. Just one thing that you would do that would be pulling the trigger this week.
um. I would. Well, I have two things.
Just give me one. Give me one for right now.
All right. You know what? I would add my elevator pitch to my website.
Cool.
That's not
That's
on
one.
there. Mhm.
What's
Yes.
the second thing?
I would generate a way to come up with how to collect emails, so I've got a marketing list to to market my coaching to.
So generate a way to collect emails.
Mhm.
Put your elevator pitch on your website.
Correct.
Yeah. And tell me, like, when would you have that done by? Let's start with one. The elevator pitch on your website.
I could do that today.
You could do it today, right? Done.
Yep.
And then the other one, a little bit more. You got to figure out a system, right?
I need a little bit of help there.
So you think
So that's
what do you think you could get done though this week with that?
Oh, I could do, you know what? I'm sure that the capability is there to do it already I bought like a plug and play website,
Okay.
through a website company. I'm sure it's there. I just don't know how to do it.
So what do you need to know?
I just need a little help. I mean, I put the website together myself. I did not hire a website guy. I was not intimidated by it.
Mm-hmm.
But the next step, it's just probably a procedural thing, and I just haven't got it down. And I've sat on it for 2 years.
Yes, but you're gonna do it this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, are you? And it's up to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, so let me ask you, on a scale 1 to 10, 10 being like that you really want to do this. Just honestly, like how motivated are you to doing the procedural thing?
I'm really motivated, Michael. When I came to the class 2 years ago, I didn't really know. Like I said, I came to support a friend, but I was really interested in it. I had another friend who was a coach and retreat leader. And it just made me realize, and especially after this weekend, that I can have a coaching program where I can reach patients, and through something like a platform like Zoom, it can be very intimate,
Absolutely. So what do you think, but when it comes to this automated thing, I know you're excited about coaching and changing people's lives. That part I can totally get.
Yes.
But when it comes to doing this automated email thing you got to do, where is that on a scale 1 to 10? Wherever it is, you know?
Yeah, it's really high up there, but I need help. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, the help that I need is a 10. And do I want to get it done? Absolutely, it's a 10.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you just need some help.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what needs to shift in you in order for you to ask for help? Because it's been 2 years.
Right. It's been 2 years. It's kind of embarrassing, right?
Hey, you know what? We've all done things like that.
Right.
I know my hand, I've sat on things and waited, for a while. So there's a deeper thing that's preventing you. So I'm asking you how excited you are to do that. I get that the coaching part you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, right? It's like you said, getting the help, someone to do it for you.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that kind of in life, it's like, oh my God, it's one of those things you procrastinate and put it to the back and put it to the back. And, when I probably learn how to do it, it's probably going to be so easy that I'm just going to want to kick myself.
Okay. So are you open to this week getting it done?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Right on, brother.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Great.
So name on the website and you're going to get that automated thing. You're going to reach out for some help and figure that out. Yes?
Sounds good. Absolutely.
Cool. So what did you learn about yourself throughout this whole process? This last 9 minutes.
Don't get stuck, Steve. You just don't get stuck. These challenges, it's really simple, or it has a simplistic, so just don't get stuck. And that's exactly what I want to do for my clients, is to help them get unstuck.
Okay. One more thing. If you weren't stuck, how would you be? Or how do you want to be different other than stuck?
If I wasn't stuck, then I'd be very happy because my coaching business will have kicked off. And there's no reason why that can't happen by Friday. So
don't be stuck. And how would you want to be differently?
Is not to procrastinate, I think.
Okay, and if you weren't procrastinating, how would you be differently?
How would I be? How would I feel or be? Because
procrastinating is you're not doing it. Stuck is you're not doing it. So I'm asking you, what is the opposite of that?
I think the opposite of that would be what I would call an entrepreneur. When you're entrepreneurs, don't get stuck. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? And
what are they like?
They get shit done.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. And I'm not.
Exactly. But do you see? Okay, I want to do some timeouts, guys. So basically, we used the loop, did a little bit more stuff that we teach in the class, right? So I checked in with Steve with his smile, internal check. I used a lot of loop questions, right? Also, and when we say I don't want to be something, guess what pictures are in our heads? The pictures of what we don't want to happen, right? So I'm trying to get Steve to switch over to the pictures of what he does want to happen. So, because that's a move away from, I don't want that to happen, is a move away motivational thing, whereas a move toward is I get shit done, entrepreneurial mindset, which is going to move him out of procrastination, right? So that's just to get you an idea of where I was going with Steve and locking in. I use a lot of being questions to get him into a powerful state, authenticity, right? Real. And when he was that way, you could see his body shift, and then getting him to do a few action. What do you need to do? Name on the website, or elevator pitch on the website, and get this automated thing done. But there's still some stuff around getting it done because it's been 2 years, right? So I was trying to get a little bit deeper to make sure that he gets it done, because I don't want to come back next week and then it's like, what happened to the thing? Right. So that's where I was going with it. It's just you guys are wondering that. Any comments from Lisa or Brooke or anybody on that process?
No, I think it's excellent. I would love to see Steve and Sue share how they do it as well.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Sue, what was your any takeaways or
from your interaction with Steve just now?
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I thought. Sorry, I misunderstood Lisa.
I'm sorry.
I thought she meant that. Okay, no, I think we want to see you guys do it now. That's what you're saying. Okay, cool. So, Steve, take a break. You ready to coach Sue?
Oh God, I'm like.
Oh, Steve, bring it on.
You just got coached by me, so I know you're like, Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Okay. All right. Great.
You got this. Remember this, Steve, that mindset of entrepreneur authenticity, real. Step into that dude right now, okay? Step into him, please. Just
okay.
Act as if you're that dude. It's all yours.
Great. Hi, Sue. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Steve? Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Good to see you too. So I kind of wanted to talk to you and check in with you during our session today. What was your biggest takeaway from the weekend of the coaching class?
Yeah, the class itself was fantastic. I certainly realized that I am in my lane, and this is what this is what I'm on this planet to do. So that fires me up. I think right now I'm noticing that I'm finding myself dabbling with knowing I want to do this full time and pulling the trigger to do it full time right now, and just really having to step into that mindset instead of, oh, let's make this part time so I can use the income and whatever, do this and that and help some people and do some other stuff and supplement, speaking and everything. No, this is what needs to be the priority, and this is what I want to do, and just having to challenge myself to step out of that, what I call a second step mindset, and make it the first step mindset.
Okay. I mean, I heard you say like you're getting in your lane. Did I hear that right? Tell me more.
I'm in my lane. I just need to drive a little faster.
You need to drive a little faster. So tell me more about what it'd be like to drive faster in this lane.
Oh man.
What would you have to do to get that shift gear going faster?
I think one of the SMART goals I worked on, or I wrote over the course of the program, was to be able to pull them up here, to set a standard availability schedule for podcasting and clients. I'm doing a lot of podcasts right now. I'm a speaker. We've got some stuff going on for Mental Health Awareness Month in May. So I'm doing a lot of podcasts to PR that. So, but I also want to jump in and just take this thing running. So I think the first thing I need to do is set a standard availability schedule. As I've been setting up, some initial coaching sessions, I found myself wanting to be amiable, Sue, of, oh, what works for you, and having to shift myself into the mindset of, no, I need to have the set schedule and say, this is when I'm available. Just like when you go to a doctor, they have certain ones, availabilities they pitch out to you. And I need to make sure to move into that. So I'm having to take more control of my schedule in that regard. And I think that's the big thing, is just taking control and not being as wishy-washy, because when I put that structure in my schedule, it will then equip me to go do what I need to do. That's, for me, that's gotta be one of the first steps, is just setting something in stone so that I can move ahead and have a framework to build on.
Right. So what I'm hearing you saying is you really want to have your schedule, so it's not wishy-washy. It's like, this is when Sue's available, and everybody's going to need to work around and that, because it's just going to give you more structure. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I don't want to make it come off as everyone has to work around my schedule.
No.
But when I have set aside time where I know that I've cleared everything off and the person sitting with me is my most important priority, then I know that I'm not distracted, and I can give that person everything that they are looking for and deserving of. So it's not so much, about me, it's about the client. And if I take care of my stuff outside, then I can be fully with the client.
Gotcha. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to kind of pull a trigger on this?
Just to set a schedule, I'm about a 9 ready to do it. It's just a matter of, I set my deadline as tomorrow to have it done, which means I need to do it tonight. So actually what I just need is somebody to hold me accountable to that deadline. It's one thing to write a goal.
1 minute more.
All right. It's one thing to write a goal, but it's a whole different thing to have that accountability and make sure you're moving towards it.
So what I'm hearing is you need some accountability. Did I hear that right?
You heard that one right.
Okay, so would you like to set up a call with you and I tomorrow around 5 o'clock?
Yeah, actually.
I could check in with you.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would actually be really fantastic. Because I need that. It's easy to do Lone Ranger, and I don't want to do Lone Ranger anymore.
All right, great. Okay, so we'll check in with you tomorrow. I'll check in with you tomorrow and just make sure that you pull the trigger on that. Okay, thanks,
Great.
Sue. Really
All right,
appreciate
super.
it.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job, Steve. How you feeling? Take a breath, Steve. You did it, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
You were the authentic, the real you. You did it.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
think
How you
it could
feel?
have been, yeah, good. It could have been a little bit more authentic and realistic, and
Okay.
maybe felt a little because of the Facebook Live.
Steve, take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a
Okay.
breath. Take a breath. What did you notice that you used in this session? What tools did you use?
Oh, really the foundation that we were building this weekend. So the loop, the scale of 1 to 10,
Yes.
and what could you do more of?
Yes.
We didn't get into what you do less of, and then holding Sue accountable and setting up a follow-up
You
for
did great.
tomorrow.
You did great, Steve. That was very short. That was only less than 5 minutes. So you did phenomenal, brother. Great. You did amazing.
Okay,
Take
thank
a
you.
breath, relax.
Yeah.
Now, Sue, you ready?
I'm
All
ready.
right.
Here I go.
Now you go to Coach Mr. Steve here.
That sounds great. Steve, let me know when you're ready. Okay, you've been on the heat block for two sessions here now.
All right. All right. I'm going to pick a different subject, I think, for coaching.
All right. When you have it, you get 5 seconds to figure it out.
All right. Great. Okay.
No pressure. All right,
Go for it.
ready? All right.
Yes, I'm ready, Steve.
Steve, it's good to see you again. How have you been since we last saw each other?
I've been great, Sue. Really, really great. And just want to know I've enjoyed your Facebook posts. And one thing when we started the class this weekend is Michael said, you know, you're going to come away with some new friends. And he was absolutely right. And you were the first person that I got a friend request from on Facebook. So thank you for reaching out to me. That's great.
Well, I see a lot in you, Steve. You know, I'm excited to continue to interact with you. So, so what's been the best part of your day so far as you've been thinking about launching your coaching business?
Oh boy, I'm just having a great day actually with everything. You know, participating in this makes me feel I'm getting a little bit closer. I haven't come out as a coach yet to my friends and family, and you know, I don't know why that is. There's obviously no shame in being a coach, or I'm using the analogy that I'm kind of using. So just being one step closer to that process is exciting.
That sounds cool. So what do you want to get out of our time today?
You know, I'd love to work on my procrastination. I've been procrastinating for a couple of years now, and any tools that you can help me with that, I'd be really grateful for.
So what I hear you saying is that you've been dabbling with this for a couple of years. You've been thinking about it, but you haven't, lack of a better phrase, pulled the trigger yet. Is that correct?
Correct. That's absolutely correct.
So when you say that you want to get past your procrastination, tell me more about what you think is holding you to that procrastination.
You know, it's a great question. I don't know whether it's maybe the fear of failure, which really is not foolish, but not a true reality. I mean, there is no. I mean, I'm setting up something that doesn't exist. So how could I possibly fail? So it's just changing my mindset, I think.
Okay. So here you say you need to change your mindset, and that some of it is, one example is around the fear of failure. How would you tell me more about how you would reframe that for yourself? Tell me more, first of all, about the fear. What's your current mindset?
Yeah. So, I've always been successful at everything that I've taken on, every task or challenge. And this is just a whole new ballgame. And I should not be afraid of venturing out into this and getting my feet wet, because what I really want to do is going to really help people. And just think of all the people I've missed from helping in the past 2 years. So I need to get started. It's needed. So there should be nothing holding me back.
Okay. So to reframe that mindset you're talking about, and if I'm hearing you correctly, you're kind of convincing yourself that the fear is unfounded. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just talking this through, it makes me realize, yeah, that the fear is unfounded. Yeah, and there's no basis for it whatsoever.
Okay.
But that doesn't take away that sensation is
Mhm.
there. We just have to squash that,
Right.
you know.
And what you said is very true. Your feeling is very valid.
Mhm.
And to say you shouldn't feel that way, it discounts yourself. So your fear is
Mhm.
valid, but what you
Mhm.
do with it and how you shape that and reframe that for yourself
Mhm.
is what I hear you saying you want to work on. Does that sound right?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay. So then what would it take? What would you say would be your first step to starting to reframe some of this fear and to get you out of the procrastination rut?
You know, I just need to talk about it. You know, with my friends and family, so you know, hey, I coach patients that have the same illness that I have. It's a great thing, actually. It's a really when I think about it, it's actually a really wonderful thing. If I'd gotten that, if I'd found someone like me a couple of years ago, gosh, I would have been so happy. So that, you know, so right now, if I think of how what a difference I can make in other people's lives, there's no reason I should be stalling on this whatsoever. I should be doing this gung ho, full throttle.
Okay. So I hear you saying that you really don't understand what the procrastination would be. So what's the first step? What I understand you saying if if you had this, you know you have value to offer people. But what do you need to do? What's your first step to start making that known to people?
Um, you know what, Sue, just hanging out with you today and being in our session, I realized that, you know, I'm actually excited about this. And there's been absolutely no reason to bottle that excitement. And I think that came out of the weekend and then out of our session today. And it's all confidence building, you know, it's all confidence building. And I'm a confident guy, so there's no reason that it should be shook, you know, whatsoever. So even just talking to you the last 10 minutes and Michael, I already feel a shift. I already feel a shift. So
Good. So I know we're running out of time here. So real quick, you're
1
already
minute,
feeling
1
a
minute.
shift. All right, so you're already feeling a shift in your confidence. Where would you say you were at the start? Where do you think you are now?
um I think, you know, I'm not going to procrastinate anymore. Time is too valuable. As I mean, look at everybody's lives right now. Everybody's lives can change in an instant, and my goal is to be there for other patients and their families, and I need to do that right away. There's no reason for it to wait any longer.
All right, so what's your one action step?
I'm going to pull a trigger on some technical things that I need to do with my website, and I'm going to have those done by Friday, and maybe we can talk, you know.
That'd be great. Can I call you and check on you?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Friday, you got it.
Thank you, Sue.
Excellent. You guys
Great.
rock it, Steve. Both of you, that amazing. So I love Sue. Really, you just really stuck with powerful questions. Really good listening.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, you helped them see like the fear and what life could be like without it. I mean, it's really, really good. Good coaching. Awesome. How you feel? How you guys feeling? How you feel, Sue? How you feel you did?
Excited, man. This is what I want to do. I want to do it. Let's do it.
Right.
No, reframe that. I am doing it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I feel
And
empowered.
Steve had a shift. Steve had a shift.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
He's like, oh, he's on fire right now.
Yeah, exactly. Can't wait to get up for the call so I can do some stuff.
All right. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Want to drop in, and unless Lisa or Brooke has anything to add, this is just a part of the thing that we do in class, guys. I mean, there's a whole 3 days that we do. We dive deep into this at a way deeper level. Lots of exercises, lots of coaching. Yes, content, but you know, content, experience, apply, and we're all just here to get better. So yeah, we just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. And we really appreciate all of you. And yeah, we'll see you in our classes coming up soon. We have online classes now, so we're not stopping.
Great.
Hit us up.
Great.
Hit us up.
All right. Great. Thank you.
Hey, good
Thanks
seeing
so much,
everybody. Thanks so
Michael.
much.
Thank you guys.
All right, guys.
Sue, we'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you.
All right, so I'll talk to you more, Mike, or Steve.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
thanks.
great.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
Bye.